We'll be right back after this short break.
Here are some of the veterans you'll see at the ballpark this season. And some of our rookies. Now playing at a ballpark near you. Get up and go.
The preceding message was furnished by Major League Baseball.
Welcome back to iShine Connect.
I can't sing. Is singing in worship service the only way to worship?
Not at all. I mean, if you think about it this way, God gave you a voice because he thinks it's beautiful. So even if you don't like it, just go for it. But if you're not confident with that, you know, if you have sports that you play, take pride in that. Or schoolwork. If you're at school, don't be bummed because you're there. Do it in worship of God. I mean, he'll take anything. Just make sure that you're doing it for him. Even honoring your parents, worshiping him.
How am I supposed to worship God when I can't even see him?
Even though we can't see God, we see all the awesome things that he's done in our lives, and we know that he's worthy to be worshiped.
I know that God loves me because he's provided me with an awesome life, awesome family, and even an awesome sister.
My mom says I worship my video games. What's that all about?
It's probably because she's noticing that you've been playing your video games all the time, which is understandable. I know where you're coming from, but it might be a little bit better if we started to spend a little bit more of our time with our families, maybe in the Bible, and maybe just worshiping God.
You will watch me on your TV, even see me in a magazine, heard me coming through your radio. I got you into my show, and I know you've been spreading lies about me, even selling pictures like your paparazzi. They're telling me my look is too fake. You ought to know, but now I won't break, 'cause I'm secure in this big old world, and I don't need you to know I'm beautiful. You can be sure I'm not your average girl. No, it's true that I'm beautiful. I had seen this town, had my ups and downs, but one thing I found, you gotta live without a doubt. You're beautiful. You will watch me on your TV, even see me in a magazine, heard me coming through your radio, and I'm thinking that you finally know that I'm secure in this big old world, and I don't need you to know I'm beautiful. You can be sure I'm not your average girl. No, it's true that I'm beautiful. I'm secure in this big old world, and I don't need you to know I'm beautiful. You can be sure I'm not your average girl. No, it's true that I'm beautiful.
What's up, guys? I'm Kylie Jean, and I got a little story to tell you about a time in my life. So I'm a California kid. I was born and raised there, love it. And when I was in junior high, my family made a move to Washington State, in Seattle to be exact. And that was just like world-shattering for me. And it was in junior high, which is a really kind of like sketchy time for anybody anyways. And I just was so lonely. Like, all my friends were in California, and just my dad's job was a little different up in Washington, and I was having a really hard time. And I had friends at school, but nothing felt like solid and genuine like it was before. So I had to really make a decision if I was gonna just sit at home and be grumpy and let my heart break, or if I was gonna have trust and faith in Jesus Christ and His Word. and really lean into Him. And so I chose to have trust in Jesus. And let me tell you, it's the best decision I ever made. Because not only in the hard times when I didn't really have friends there for me, I just had Jesus, and I really had just to lean into Him with everything I had. And it wasn't easy, but it's so worth it because Jesus always has your back. And that's kind of how Vertical, my song, came out. Like, when my friends are gonna let me down, or even people in my family aren't there for me, like, God picks you up and He never lets you down, and it's the best thing ever. So just remember, have trust in the Lord. He's got you covered.
That's an interesting picture of you, very close to your eyeball.
It's just to let you know that I'm always watching out for you.
What are you doing?
Hiding.
From who?
Quick, see if she follows me in.
Okay, crazy fan alert.
It's worse than that. It's like she worships me. You know, it used to be kind of cool to have a crazy fan, but now it's just weird.
Come on, it can't be that bad.
She's followed me around for 2 weeks straight. You know, sometimes she thinks I don't know she's there, but I know.
I think someone's getting a little paranoid.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you.
You just walked me home from school.
Yes, but when I came back to your house, you were gone.
It's because I jumped out the back window.
The reason I was trying to find you is because you left something important behind.
I did? What?
This.
What is that?
It's Chelsea's fingernail clippings.
Oh, gross!
You left those all over the floor. Are you crazy?
One of us is.
Do you know how valuable these are? They contain your DNA. If I had a laboratory and the right technology, I can make a clone out of you from those.
Wow, Chelsea. Fingernail clippings. Even I didn't see that one coming.
Listen, Annie, we really need to talk.
Hey, we're Johnny and Brookie,
And you're watching iShine Connect.
where your real questions are answered by real kids.
Hi, I'm Alexis, and this is Around the Word in 60 Seconds, give or take a few. I'm reading from Proverbs 4:23 through 27. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Put away perversity from your mouth. Keep corrupt talk from your lips. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Make level paths for your feet and take only ways that are firm. Do not swerve to the right or left. Keep your foot from evil. I really like this verse because it's talking about just keeping straight forward in our walk with God. And it's like one of my biggest pet peeves is actually in this verse. It's when people talk about how big of Christians they are and they go to church all the time and things like that. And then you see them go to school or with some of their other friends and they're using language that isn't honoring to God. And that's really what this whole verse is about, just keeping yourself straight on His path.
Dude, when I was little, I used to basically worship this girl. She was like a singer, rock star. I tried to dress like her, look like her. I watched everything she did and tried to copy it. But you know what? She didn't even know I existed. I followed her for a really long time, and then I realized that wasn't a healthy idol. You know, I didn't need to be like someone else, I just needed to be myself. So I got some favorite surfers and singers. I look up to them, watch some of their stuff, get some good ideas, and guess what? I've even had the opportunity to meet some of them. They're normal people with everyday problems and everyday situations. Once I realized I was putting people on a pedestal and trying to expect more than normalcy out of them, looking on the outside instead of the inside, I realized I was idolizing them instead of trying to be like God. Now, why would I settle for an imitation instead of trying to be like the true God? I don't know, but I totally did. You know, God is very clear what He wants from us. In Exodus 20, verse 3, He says not to put any other gods before Him. You know, when I was idolizing that singer and those surfers, I was going directly against what God wanted from me. I knew I had to stop. So you know what's kind of weird? Is sometimes when I'm on stage, I can tell people are looking at me exactly like I looked at that one singer I was telling you about. Well, you know what I have to say about that? Well, if listening to my music and hanging out with me helps point you to God, then right on. But if listening to my music distracts you from God, then sit back and pray and ask God to point out the idol worship in your life to eliminate it. Because ultimately, you'll be the happiest you can be. So live vertical and always look up to the one who created you.